watching Let's Chat.
Now, the Scenic City has been no stranger to the homeless crisis that seems to be hitting our entire country. But thankfully, I'm here this morning with an organization that brings a little relief to these people experiencing homelessness. Thank you for all you do. Don Hopkins, Vice Chairman of Duoloyi Ministries. Thanks for being here.
Oh, it's really my pleasure. Thanks for having me back.
Sure. So you all played a vital role with the Budgetel situation that happened here. First, maybe give me a background of your ministry, and then how you all helped with Budgetel, and where are things right now?
Well, for us, our ministry is mostly overseas for the last 25, 28 years, but for the last 3 years has been focused towards local ministries here in Chattanooga. And we had 8 families at the Budgetel that we needed to move out. We sponsored them in there. We checked on them. We were getting them signed up for classes to get them more financially stable so they could eventually find permanent housing. We have 4 of those families are currently in permanent housing, or as much as permanent as we can manage. And we're still working on a 5th today. I have an interview to talk to somebody today about a place for another young lady.
Well, it's nice how much you care about each family. It sounds like you're acquainted with each situation. That's really wonderful. So you've had successes, but what are the challenges you're still seeing going into 2023, and how can the community help?
Well, into 2023, what we're looking at is trying to develop more of a strategic plan. Duoloyi Ministries, we're all volunteers. There is nobody that's salaried or paid in our ministry, but we're looking to maybe do a contract with somebody to develop a better strategic plan for us, somebody with some experience, and we can use all the donations we can get.
Where can people, go ahead.
dsministries.net, dsministries.net.
Now, you were telling me some of the families even have supplies that are being stored at a church because there's nowhere to hold. Talk to me about that.
Okay, yeah, see, the people at Budgetel weren't overnight hotel guests, they were living there.
Right.
So we have rooms in the basement of our church right now that are full of the personal belongings of these people because they've been staying in motel rooms. I think we have a solution for several of them but unfortunately some of the solutions are the same as Budgetel. They're just extended stay kind of places, and that really isn't really functional, not really as a permanent housing. Now,
talk to me about the dent you may see being made here, and perhaps what you're doing overseas in Jamaica, for example, the crisis there.
Okay, we are supporting 2 churches in Jamaica.
Okay.
And we also have some scholarship students that we support over there that we've known since they were little kids.
Wow.
And we're still building on our Savlamar church. That one is still under construction. Although it's in use, it's fully used, but in Jamaica, it's a funny thing. Most buildings are still in construction because they'd only start paying taxes to the government when the building is finished. So it's amazing how they start to add a new room onto a building as soon as they finish an old one.
Right. Do they experience homelessness there like here? There might not be probably as much help as America.
It's not as much, but they still have what they call poorhouses.
Right.
They will collect the people up and take them to the shelter, basically. In the little town of Black River, when we were going at first, there was about 11 homeless people, and the churches there banded together. Our church kind of organized it, and they banded together and they fed them on alternating days. Each one picked a day and went out and fed the 11 people. Then eventually the government picked them up and took them to their poorhouse.
Wow.
They call it.
Well, I'm sure it feels like you're just cutting off one arm of the octopus and it's growing another, but the world owes all of you help with this crisis a debt of gratitude for what you're doing. Don't stop. And the community, I know we have a very generous community, so
yes, we do.
You said dsministries.net?
That's correct.
And maybe there's an opportunity for people to volunteer through this website as well as donate?
There sure is.
Fantastic.
And we'll be happy to have them.
Thank you, and thank you, Don Hopkins. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what all of you do, sharing the good word about this, and raising awareness too. People need to open their eyes and see what's happening right here in the Scenic City and all over the world. Thank you, Don. dsministries.net, Duoloyi Servant Ministries, help out your fellow man and those struggling with homelessness in this growing population. Thanks, Don.